Welcome back to Chicago Cars Direct. Today we're going to get up close with a 2007 Mercedes-Benz CLS550. Under here you're going to find the Mercedes-Benz 5.5 liter V8 now. 07 was the first year for this engine. This did increase the horsepower by 79. Went from a 5 liter to a 5.5, but you went from 302 horse to 381. This is really a fast car. Not terribly big. This is actually what's called, as Jeremy Clarkson would say,
a four-door coupe, not a saloon.
This CLS550 is routed to a 7-speed automatic, which is in turn routed to the rear wheels, but probably one of the more stunning cars cosmetically. Every angle is a different view of this car. It looks different from so many angles because the lines are so pretty, but we'll take a walk around it because it's virtually brand new. I know I use that term all the time, but aside from a couple stone chips, we don't have much else to talk about, and then we'll go for a spin. Let's take a walk around this particular car. Please take note of the paint condition, because a black car tends to be the toughest to keep up, but I mean the paint looks wet on here. It's almost brand new. There are a couple touched up stone chips across the front. I'm going to try to find, there's one up here, got one up here, but again these probably are something that's not even visible from the camera lens. We do have front park sensors here. The only other imperfections I wanted to show you up here are these holes from the license plate mounting bracket that was obviously taken off. So let's take a walk around to the driver's side, where you'll find the standard 18-inch wheel on here. This is a 5-spoke Mercedes-Benz wheel, and these tires on the front are 245/40R18. Michelin Pilot Mud and Snow. It's the MXM4. Great. But look at the reflection all the way down. That's why I like the black cars on camera, because you can really see, like, you can see me waving at the camera down there. Pretty sweet. On the back here, 275/35R18. Again, the Michelins. And these tires, actually, they're in great condition. I'd say it's better than 60 to 70% on the back, and even a little bit more on the front. But coming around the rear, you see the park sensors again. Twin outlet exhaust, the proper CLS550 badging indicating the big engine version of this car. But it's immaculate. And even all the way down the passenger side, little tiny stone chip right here. And there was one other one I wanted to point out, just right at the crease on the fender here. It's very, very tiny. Camera probably can't even pick that up, but it is there. Other than that, nothing else to talk about. This car's equipped with keyless go, and I do have the key in my pocket so I can access any of the doors because it recognizes my proximity. But take a look. It's a decent sized trunk. It's actually really deep. It's not terribly wide, but I would still say this is a large trunk. Got a full set of the Mercedes-Benz floor mats, so you can see the rears as well as the fronts. And then under the floor here, got some extra storage, and under that, got the spare tire and battery. When you're all done in there, hit this button. Closes right down for you. Since I have keyless go again, put my hand on the handle. There's a little rubber strip behind here. As soon as I touch that, it senses the proximity again. Lets me in. Looking across the front seats, it's a very posh interior. It's very elegant in a way. A lot of ornamentation. Positive ornamentation, obviously. You don't want to be gaudy, but there's a ton of great features in this particular car. Got a power tilt and telescope steering wheel here. Automatic setting for the headlamps. And if you look on the door panel there, you do have dual power seats on both sides with memory. And down below, the badge for the phenomenal Harman Kardon Logic 7 surround sound. With the keyless go system, I don't have to use the key to start it. Again, it's in my pocket. Put my foot on the brake, hit the button right here on the top of the shifter. Oh, how cool is that? Reserve fuel. We're going to have to get some more fuel, Dave. But check out this layout. I mean, you got a smaller diameter steering wheel than you used to. The car does not feel large at all. It's not terribly wide, it's not terribly long. It is based on the E-Class platform, which could be a little misleading. It doesn't feel as if it drives that size at all. It is only a 4-passenger car. The rear seats are divided where you essentially have 2 buckets in the back. But take a look at the layout here. You can see right in the middle here you got a whole source of functions through the steering wheel. Multi-function steering wheel where you can go through all your vehicle settings and change everything you want on there. Be glad to walk you through that later. But look at the layout here, especially with the wood. The wood comes around here. You can see the stitching on the top of the dash on both sides. Really elegant, but it's those small touches that really let you know you're in a Mercedes-Benz. You do have dual zone climate up here. Just set your favorite temperature. We do have a navigation system in here. Now this is the Mercedes-Benz command system with navigation, as they say, because you can find these cars, it may still have the nav button, but you might not have navigation. As far as audio goes, you do have, hit that again, you do have a CD changer and an individual CD in-dash there. The neat thing, just like in the E-Class, the CD changer pops right out onto this little hidden compartment. But it is a Logic 7 sound system. You can see that right there, it'll allow you to select Logic 7 surround. Below that, you do have optional ventilated seats that also go along with the cooling. You do have the power rear shade and also the headrests that will go up, or that will drop when you hit this button right here. Got your central locking here. ESP is your electronic stability program, which is your traction and stability control, and then obviously both of those again for the passenger. Now, as I said, you do have a 7-speed automatic here, so literally just drop it and drive it and it acts like any other. They have what's called touch shift though to go into a manual mode. If you bump it to the left, you go right into the manual gate. You can see in the gauge cluster here, it'll tell you what gear you're in. Pump it to the right to upshift, left to downshift, and to put it right back into drive. Press and hold it to the right, it goes right back into drive. But behind that, you're going to find a couple of these buttons here. Now this will actually raise the car. If you have to clear a higher object than the car will normally allow, you can use that to do such. This is also an airmatic adjustable suspension. You have 3 modes. You've got Comfort, which we're in as standard. This is Sport 1 and then Sport 2. You can feel a dramatic difference because it is an active suspension all the way around, and the car handles beautifully. It does ride a lot firmer with the Sports 2 on, but it does handle beautifully. Then this is the off switch for your park distance control, which is always on once you pop in reverse, and you can see the readout right on top of the dashboard here. And then right above my head, got that beautiful factory power moonroof. This is actually not bad at all. I'm a 6-footer back here. I've got enough headroom. They actually recessed this headline the right way. It is 4-zone climate in here. I've got my own, again, what's with the temperature back here? It's so warm today. Oh, jeez. But, I mean, 4 places. Look at, you got this whole console here, got extra storage in the middle, power outlet, a cup holder. What more could you want from the back seat of a
4-door coupe?
We're in the comfort mode in the transmission. Actually, the transmission and suspension. It does change the suspension damping, but it starts in 2nd gear, and it has that very heavy, torquey pull away, where the engine doesn't really rev, but you don't, it still feels like it's really pulling really hard. That's what she said. But, I mean, really, absolutely sporty driving position. You do sit low. It's almost kind of what they say, the bathtub effect, in a way, because these windows are small. But I actually think the visibility is fine. I've heard other people say that they don't like the visibility so much, but I don't see how it's compromised, honestly. But once again, just my opinion. Watch this speed bump here. I mean, we just, like, pretty much rammed into it there. This thing rides so soft and so heavy. It rides like it's like twice the size of a car. Obviously, you can change the suspension, but listen. No noise whatsoever. And these cars are so solid. But that 550 motor just transformed this whole car. I've driven the CLS550, and then I've driven this car, and no comparison. That extra horsepower and torque is so fast. All right, my friends, welcome back, and here we go. And here we're actually going to come into a sweeping curve, and I've got the sport suspension on 2. There's no body roll. It's active suspension, so it's constantly monitoring the pitch and roll of these cars. But I don't know if you can see the landscape behind us, but what an unbelievably stable car. This car doesn't even have the sport package in it. That power is incredible. cars when you're out in public and you're actually seeing it, and people comment when you get out and you're in the grocery store, or just at a stoplight to give you a thumbs up. It's just, it doesn't look like anything else. I think that's what's so unique about this car, and that motor is amazing. Let's be honest. I mean, it does 0 to 60, I think, in like 4.8, 4.9. I've seen it tested that low, which is pretty amazing. So you're talking about a performance bargain in a luxury wrapper. Not many cars out there that can offer this kind of performance, luxury, refinement, elegance, sophistication, stateliness at such an aggressive price. I've got the Carfax and AutoCheck vehicle history report here. Clean car, it's a one owner. It actually was a corporate lease, so some lucky executive got to drive this beautiful vehicle for that period. But it's perfect, no accident history. Obviously scores great on the AutoCheck. I got the Mercedes-Benz NetStar sheet here. Now this shows the CLS550, black leather, Premium 1 package, which is navigation, Sirius satellite radio, I did not point that out, Bluetooth, active ventilated front seats, DVD command navigation, Sirius again, power rear sunshade, Partronic, front and rear, power trunk, keyless go. All in all, the MSRP on this car when new was $74,535. But if you walked into Mercedes-Benz right now to check this car out, you'd probably see the exact same thing sitting on the showroom floor, because they haven't really changed these cars at all, except for the engine, and that was in 07. But go to our website. You'll find us at chicagocarsdirect.com, where you'll see better than 60 pictures of this car taken by the one, the only Dangerous Dave. After that, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/chicagocarsdirect. Thanks for spending some time with us today. We'll see you next time.